Hey everyone, it's July 27th, about 4:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We got the 4-hour chart of Bitcoin, BTC, USD on the Bitfinex exchange. So first of all, video is not investment advice. Second of all, like I've said in my previous videos, once we got into this area, price would get very volatile in nature, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Again, I do think that Bitcoin is going to try to track higher. I keep seeing the same thing: volume flowing out, volume flowing back in, creating these pops. As soon as these pops occur, I'm imagining at least $1 billion going to evaporate tonight, going into tomorrow morning, possibly more than that, maybe 1.5 billion. So it's trading anywhere. I'm watching some of these pops from about 500 million all the way up to like about 1.5 billion in the market, flows in and out. A lot of these moves are also being produced on certain days. Again, just all very reminiscent of prior pops, and every single one of them. It's not that I always have like this I don't want to always be pessimistic, but the thing is that what we've seen in the past is occurring again. I talked about as this run got started, the Looney Tunes were going to come out the woodwork. We're already seeing calls for over 50,000, 500,000 on Bitcoin. Everyone's hyping it up as best they possibly can. All the mainstream media sources, CNBC, Forbes, The Street. I forgot, there was a couple other sources. Everyone's getting on the Bitcoin train. When everyone starts getting on the Bitcoin train, you better believe that thing is getting ready to go off a cliff. And that's what they do. They corral all the sheep in, say, come on, come on, come on. It's human nature to draw conclusions, to just say, okay, well, I have to assume because here's point A and here's point B, point C must be here, or point C must be well beyond there. The talks of, oh, just wait until the institutional traders come in. Just wait, the same exact things they talked about here. They talked about here. They've been talking about it every single pop that there is in Bitcoin. Literally, it's like the same message. It's like the mainstream media just has like a storyline, and every time it pops, they just like release the same storyline over and over and over and over again. And it's not about being like, consistently pessimistic. I already told you, like, I've done plenty of long trades in Bitcoin, and they've worked out really, really well. And the prior one from here to 8,200 was, absolutely amazing. I almost perfectly called the top, just shy of a couple hundred points, only because I did not want to put my stop too close to the top. Well, which at that time was the top. I didn't know it was the top, but I wanted to give it some wiggle room. So anyways, that was a massive move. So while I may be pessimistic in nature based on what's happened prior, it's like you burn your hand on the stove and you're like, okay, I'm not going to touch the stove anymore. But it's like just repeatedly burning your hand, expecting not to burn your hand. It's just mind-boggling to me. So, and again, the other thing I said, once we got in this area, I told everyone on YouTube and on social media, I told all my subs, this is going to be the volatile area. Price is going to swing. The Looney Tunes are going to come out. You better believe it. It's going to try to push higher. Yet once again, we're already watching the alts. The alts look like somebody beat them with a baseball bat, and they're all just floundering around. When's the last time that happened when Bitcoin was making runs? The alts typically outperform Bitcoin. During this run, you remember, I don't know if everyone remembers, some of those alts are doing multi-100% moves during this time. Especially during this time. They were massive, massive moves. The alts, literally, during this time, got murdered. They got absolutely murdered. And everything looks the same, So I don't know how else to sound like jovial about it. Oh yeah, I'm so happy. This is great. It's going to the moon. I could not live with myself if I started making these YouTube videos talking about illogical, moves in Bitcoin to over 20,000, etc., like that. That's just way too far out there. And anyway, so the thing is, the big resistance point for Bitcoin now is going to be right around about 8,600, right? These are all just common knowledge areas, but this is a topping area for Bitcoin. And we're already starting to see the volatility in nature the same way we've seen in the past. As Bitcoin gets to the top, there's a lot of whips back and forth. There's a lot of crazy sentiment. Everyone doesn't know which way to go. They're trying to short, they're trying to buy, they're trying to short, they're trying to buy, they're trying to short, trying to buy. They don't know what the heck is going on. They're in a washing machine. And these washing machines typically occur right toward the top. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to top this weekend. This could probably be something sometime next week or so. But given the way that everything looks now, I definitely, again, I said this in every single video. Once we got over the 7,400, 7,800 top, price was going to become unstable, a lot of volatility, and I thought it would top somewhere in this area above here. And I circled this on my prior videos. If you go back in the past, and here we are with the volatility. And again, I do believe we're going to put in our top around here. Price is going to tank eventually. Whether it happens, I highly doubt it's happening over the weekend. Pretty sure it's going to happen sometime in the next week. And when it tops, again, everyone's going to sit there scratching their head like, oh, I can't believe it happened. I can't believe it happened. And it's not that I want to be bearish on this. I want to keep making more money on the long side. There's a lot more money to be made on the short side in Bitcoin, but it's just the same repetitive pattern over and over and over again. Could the pattern be broken? Of course. If we start to provide some nice corrective moves in Bitcoin and start to work up a bigger overall trend upward, I'll completely change my analysis and become bullish on Bitcoin. Until then, I am short-term bullish, long-term bearish, like I've said in every single video recently. And, again, everything is planning out exactly the way I thought it was going to plan out. And it's been very profitable for myself and for my subs that followed along. And it's going to continue to be as long as it continues to pan out the same exact way every single other prior run has as well, So I try to lay it out there as best as I can for everybody on YouTube. I understand people want to hear the hype. They want to hear 20, 30, 40, 50,000, 100,000, crazy numbers like that. But, that's just, you're not going to find that here. You need to go elsewhere if you want that. The saying is, the milk is for the babes, the meat is for the strong men. And, everyone wants to hear what's easy in nature. Everyone wants it as simplistic as possible. They want to be spoon-fed. They want to just, be told exactly where to buy, exactly where to sell, and that's it. And they want to do it completely autopilot. And the retail traders habitually do this, and big money, big traders understand this. And they prey on it because it's just too easy not to. And I put these videos out there and I talk about the same things over and over again to elaborate on these areas where these big traders, whether it's multiple big traders, exchanges, or whatever, whoever it is manipulating price, is looking for opportunities to prey on the average trader. And that's what the retail money is. Anyone under trading $500,000 or less, that is considered retail traders. We might be able to buffer it up a little bit, but they're the people that are looking at the social media. They're the people that are looking at mainstream media. I've never met one person in my life that was trading big money that ever said they owed their success to mainstream media, to social media, or anything like that. It's always going against the grain is where you're going to find success. If you follow the herd, you're going to be led to the slaughter time and time again. And I don't know what other way to say that. So some of the videos are redundant, but it is what it is. So again, expect volatility in this range. The next video is going to be on Monday. I don't imagine we're going to get too far, given that it is the weekend. The weekends are, sometimes they lead to continuations, and then sometimes they lead to what I call like a zero, like a zero sum. Like basically, we'll start off from point A. Right, we might go to point B and then point C and then continue the trend back up over the weekend. So that's kind of the reason on why I don't get too hyped up into the weekend moves, because they typically get negated. I've talked about that multiple times too in Bitcoin, but that's pretty much it. So again, thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. If everyone likes the videos, likes the content, please like, comment, subscribe, follow. Again, I am short-term bullish, long-term bearish. If you want to learn more about becoming a subscriber, I do have my site at geometriccharts.com. At the bottom, I have my social media links, and I also have the link to the Slack channel as well that's cryptocurrency oriented, and you can learn more about the subscription service there. Other than that, have a great day. Have a great night.